Why are buyers hesitating in today's real estate market? Let's talk about that on today's Central Line of Realty Monday Update. Happy Monday. It's Jay White here with you. It's June 2nd, and it's today's the first June edition of the Monday Update. And here's the question for today. Why are buyers hesitating in this real estate market? Well, here's the reason. Realtor.com just completed a survey, and in that survey, they found out that, get this, 63% of buyers are waiting for rates to drop below 5%. 63% of buyers are waiting for interest rates to get below 5%. Now, that is an interesting thought, isn't it? So we'll come back to that, but let's drill into this just a little bit. Millennials, 23% of the millennials that are shopping, they plan to buy in the next 6 months. That's up from 15% of those guys back in September. So the millennials, they're kind of pushing back on that hesitation. So it's not the millennials, they're ready to buy. Maybe it's just because of where they are in their life. Probably a lot of factors that lead to that number. But what's going on is the lock-in effect. Okay, now this makes sense. If you're someone who bought a house, say in the last 5 years, and you got one of those 2.5% mortgages or 3% mortgage, and you don't want to sell that and then buy at twice that rate. And so they're locking in. They're sitting on their property. They're not selling. They're waiting for rates to get below 5%. Well, so are some of the buyers. So a lot of the buyers surveyed, 63%, said they're waiting for the mortgage rates to get below 5%. So that's going to slow things down quite a bit. So we know that the housing market is heavily influenced by mortgage rates. Obviously, it's a big factor for both sides. And I think what you're seeing now too is that as our market is becoming more balanced, we've been in a seller's market for a while, and as we're becoming a more balanced market between buyers and sellers, and this sort of hesitation is setting in because everybody's watching those interest rates, aren't they? Well, here's an interesting thing too, and I'm gonna put a chart up because this is we track the showings and buyer interest through one of our showing providers, Showing Time. What we've seen is they track a thing called buyer interest. So how excited are the buyers after they've shown them? And what we're seeing is that trend going down, especially if you break it down by price over $300,000, which now is pretty common price. A lot of our sales, the average house sale is over 300,000. So most homes, the buyer interest in those homes has dropped about 4% over the last year, and month over month about 7.5%. So even the ones that they're looking at, they're a little less interested in them. They're being a little more picky. So what does this mean? Okay, so here in Iredell County, if you're a buyer or a seller, this affects both of you. Buyers have been a little picky, so maybe it's not as big a change for buyers, but if you're selling right now, be prepared. You're going to have to make it a little more enticing, right? So it's a little different selling marketing than we've been used to. So if it's time for you to sell, and sometimes you can't wait, it's time, you got to move on, man. You got to sell, either work or family, for whatever reason. It may be time for you to sell. And if that's the case, let's get together and talk about a plan that will work for you. We live in this stuff. We know exactly what it takes here at Central Line of Realty to get your home sold, to get you the maximum value while at the same time providing value to buyers, right? So we know how to navigate these changes, how to get your house to market in the way that will get it sold quickest and for the highest price possible. Okay, enough about the numbers. What's going on in Statesville this week? We're excited because it's the first Friday of June coming up. That's the 6th of June, and that means it's the Friday After Five summer concert, and it happens right outside our door here on West Broad Street. So it's no accident that our office is sitting where it is, because we wanted to be right here front and center for the Friday After Five concerts, and we got one this week. So it is the CMA nominated Thomas Road Band is going to be here. So we've got a country act coming in. They're going to be rocking out Broad Street. And we'll be hosting a realtor hospitality suite here in the office. But feel free to stop by. You don't have to be in the real estate industry. You come in, say, hey, it'd be great to see you. Enjoy the concert. Come in if you need to rest your ears for just a second. We'll be right here. So we look forward to seeing you there, and look forward to seeing you here in beautiful, historic downtown Statesville. And that's about it. That's all I got for my Monday update. Make it a great week, and we will be talking to you real soon.